Chaminade High School, 20 minutes north of downtown Toronto, it plays home to a rare star in the making. Tevaun Smith's regarded as one of the top wide receivers in the country. Every game he plays, the stands are filled with scouts from all across North America. He scored 33 touchdowns in his last 14 games, and this year he led his team to a district championship. During a workout in Oklahoma, Tevaun Smith recorded a 4.4 time in the 40-yard dash. That's 0.5 of a second faster than the average NFL wide receiver. Did I mention he's only 17 years old? This past September, Tevaun was selected to play in the NUC All-World Gridiron Classic down in South Carolina, a game between the top high school football players in the world. Out of the 114 young athletes selected, only 4 were Canadian. Being this good has its perks. Last year, he got a visit from one of the greatest NFL players of all time, Jerry Rice.
When I get the ball, I feel like nobody can catch me. Once I get an open field, I don't even look behind. I don't even care who's behind me. I just run. I know I'm in the end zone already before I even catch the ball. Once I beat my defender, I already know it's a touchdown.
Typically what you might see in high school is a lot, of a running game. The running game is a big thing, but here at our school, our offensive coordinators have developed an offense that fits the skill set for a guy like Tevaun.
Yeah, in all my years of, playing football myself, coaching football, he's definitely the most skilled, talented player that I've ever seen.
As a defender in practice, we would see, I would think I have the tackle, and then all of a sudden I see Tevaun just goes right by me.
I was amongst the crowd, and he scored a touchdown, and one of the parents says, "Who's that?" And I said, "It's my son." And the speed, and he was just so fast getting into the end zone. And I said it proudly, he's my son, because it brings a joy to your, to you inside when you see your son, any child of yours excel.
Now it's just like going to the end zone, give the ball to the ref. It's just a regular thing for me now.
For as good as Tevaun is, the odds are still stacked against him. A skilled offensive player from Canada is not at the top of the list for most American schools.
The talent that Tevaun has, if he was in the U.S., there's no doubt that he would have, many schools interested in him. But because he's up here, and there is that little bit lack of exposure, hence you create that problem of sort of not being exposed to the schools in the U.S.
A school that's recruiting wide receivers, they have, say a kid from Canada, me, and then they have another guy as good as me, but he's in that area. They'll probably pick him up. That's a disadvantage that we have, just because we're across the border. So I think it's, for us, we have to work even harder to get where we want to be, because they don't really take in consideration that Canadians are as good as them.
Get him to camps, get him to combines in the U.S., send his film out, and really sort of get that exposure for him that he needs, because otherwise, if they don't see, they don't know.
In Canada, they're not really looking for skill position, they're looking for big hogs. But with Tevaun's athletic ability and his DNA, he's a dime a dozen. Athletes like him don't come around often.
We went to Syracuse camp in Buffalo when one of the coaches came up to me and asked me, "Oh my God, where did you get him from?" So the other coach said, "Well, Canada."
Many kids dream of one day making it to the National Football League, a dream most will never realize. Currently, there are 9 Canadians playing in the NFL and only 1 at wide receiver. But Tevaun Smith is not your ordinary Canadian talent, and one day it could set a new bar that future Canadian football prospects will be striving for.
First year of, I think it was Pee Wee football, he looked at me one day and said, "I want to be in the NFL." He had the passion from back then that he wanted to excel in this game of football.
Sky's the limit for this guy. He can moonwalk on the sun for all he wants. I think he can go NFL for sure. D1 football, NFL.
When you get a player of Tevaun's ability from here, it certainly is a rarity, and it's something special. It's something that we should cherish and really admire here in our country, because it doesn't happen often.
Well, my goal is to make it to NFL. I really want to be one of the best players to ever play.